Hey, hello, it's Lynda Cromar, and I'm coming to you from Colorado, and I'm going to teach another concept about creating email broadcasts that could be really beneficial. I like to create several in advance for the purpose of actually making it possible that I can actually have something that I can send even when I'm busy and I don't have a lot of time. And that's really a good thing because then you're in a good habit of actually sending your emails out. So the very first thing I'm going to do is show you something I did earlier. I'm going to hit my all mail, and I'm going to show you something I did earlier on purpose. What I did is I sent myself all of the emails that I have available to me that are from Power Lead system or from a system in there that is already kind of hardwired to me, so I don't have to actually redo the link or anything like that. So here I'm going to do that. So then I'm going to create a new email. First of all, I'm going to choose one of these I'd like to actually send out to my team, and I'm going to actually make this one that I can send tonight. But I don't want it to be word for word because they're already going to see these emails. I don't want it to be the same title, but I might want to make it something that is interesting. For instance, this one sounds very interesting. So let me read it and see what it says. This one is kind of cool. I like a lot about it. And one thing that I noticed is that it really looks good on this, how they've set it up. This is actually the free lead system, I think, which probably is not what I want to actually promote today, but I can use some of the ideas that are in here and I can actually turn it into something I want to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to put that email, or I'm going to probably change this slightly, but I'm going to come back over, and what they call that I have just done is I created a swipe file. In other words, I created something that I can use to either create something new or use it exactly as it is. So first thing, remember I always do this, I'm going to do broadcast because I want to be able to see it. And then I'm going to click this link, but I'm going to say something a little bit different. See, do you have a system to attract more reps? Okay. I'm going to put in front of that, I want to ask you and then I also want that same part to be my title where when I get started. I can get it to highlight properly. I don't want the whole thing. Well, another thing you can do is Control A and then Control Copy. I'm not going to put broadcast on the inside though. So I'm going to go ahead and create that. So remember that just creates the shell as if you want to look at it that way. It's the shell. And then remember, I like to copy something I've already done for the purpose of kind of putting some of the stuff in place that I like to have in my email. So it doesn't matter which one. One of the ones that has the correct content in it. And then we're going to actually fix it. We're going to do something different. Alright, so of course this one is not a blog video, and I'm not going to want to actually say broadcast, so I'm going to take out that part. So there's my title. That's all I've done so far. Obviously, I'm not going to keep any of this content that's in here because I am going to do something totally different. So I'm going to clean that out. Now I'm going to come back here and I'm going to grab all of this email, but I'm going to do something different. I'll show you in a minute what I'm going to do with it. So I want it to not look exactly like this. And I want to make sure that the link it's going to is not the free lead system. So first I'm going to put that in there. And I also want to make sure that what this link is. If it's a link I want to use, I'll use it. But if it's a free lead system link, I'm not going to use it. Oh, perfect. That takes them to a trial, which is what I do want to take them to. So this is a good link I can send them to. And it is my link because it is my actual, this is my thing right here, so I know that it's using my link. It's always good to check if you're going to do this, because especially if you use a swipe file that is like maybe some of your sponsor emails, you want to make sure that you've changed the email link to be the correct link. So this is going to work. Oh, make sure you get the whole thing. And I'm going to copy that into that space just to make sure it's properly working, because they actually have some kind of crazy. Yeah, I'm going to make sure this link is correct. That's, you know, most important is if your link isn't working, then you are kind of shooting yourself in the foot. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's correct. It's my link, so I'm going to leave it alone then. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to look at what it says. Obviously, they're not going to know about the last email because I didn't. They're not going to know. This is out of sequence with one that they might have already received. So first of all, I want to make sure that I'm going to rewrite some of this, so I'm going to go, have you ever thought about if McDonald's has the best hamburgers? So we're starting out with a question instead. And then we've got, we know they don't, so why are they so successful? See, this is really a good email. So I'm going to rewrite it in my words. We know they don't. So are you like me, wondering why they are so successful? You see what I'm doing here? I'm taking just a few of these. I'm taking some things that are in here and I'm kind of rewriting it so it doesn't sound exactly like the email that I'm using, yet I'm using some of the concepts that they are sharing here. They not only have a system for selling more hamburgers, but they also have a system to have a lot more franchises. Do you think maybe that might have something to do with the system called Power Lead System? Yeah, they're getting to something here, aren't they? They have, whoops, don't want it to suddenly become that. I want it to have the same text as my actual email, have a winning system for selling
Call from.
Sorry about that. That was my son, so I couldn't exactly ignore the call. Okay, they have a winning system for selling hamburgers. And they also have a system that sells franchises. Okay, so we've replaced that. So you see what I'm doing, and this is kind of a long one, but I'm going to do the whole thing because I want actually to have an email that I can share, but I don't want it to be absolutely word for word what I have here. And this is how you use a swipe file and yet make it your own words. In your business, getting more reps to market your products is just like the McDonald's, and they don't have that spelled right. Did you know that in your business, see how I'm changing it just a little bit? Getting more reps to market your products is a lot like McDonald's having more franchises. And I noticed that there were some misspells in some of this. To sell more hamburgers. I'm going to put an exclamation mark there. Okay, I wrote a different paragraph to replace that one. So I'm going to keep doing that all the way down this email. The important question is, do you have a system to get more reps to sell your products? I just want to ask you an important question. Do you have a system that gets more reps to sell your products? Okay, so we've replaced that one. Okay, hint, a system works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and professionals promote your opportunity whether you are sleeping or not. Now, understand, whoops, I don't want it to be a different text. Now, understand that a system, see how I'm writing it so that it's not the exact words? Usually works 24 hours a day. Oh, and we can actually change this. People know what 24/7 means. So 24/7, so we can change that instead of that, 24/7, which is the same thing as 7 days a week, and professionally promotes your I'm going to just say, whoops, up whether you are sleeping or not. Okay, that's a sentence and a new paragraph. And we did this one. Now this takes a little bit of time, but if you think about it, you'll have the opportunity to use this more than once, or you can even change the title and use it more than once. So it says, go to the following page to learn how you can have a system to get more reps. So I'm going to just say, so go to the following page to learn how you can have a system to get more reps to sell more products. I'm going to repeat 24/7. 24/7 for you. Okay, now that's going to take care of that paragraph. But it does say go there now. So I'm going to put that in a separate line. Go there now. And then I'm going to delete. And I'm also going to make this bold. Why is that not letting me make that bold? There we go. Okay, then we want to get rid of this. Oh, sorry about that. I'm going to get rid of all those extra lines. And I'm going to change this to a little bit larger. I'm going to make it the font that I've been using as Arial. And I want it to go up to the size I've been doing. So that makes it match what I'm doing here. In fact, I might make it even larger. Okay. Okay, we don't want it that large. Let's see. Let's make it 20. It doesn't make it larger. Why is that? Okay, I'm going to leave that alone because that's a link. And I'm going to, I want to actually probably leave this alone. I'm going to just size it to 18 so that it matches. And I'm going to do that with this. So you can keep some of it. You just don't want it to look word for word whatever it is that you're sharing with people. And now here's the very bottom of the thing. So I'm going to take this out and I'm going to just add a line so I remember that this goes underneath my name. So I invite you to make sure you watch. Okay, this is the right size. I invite you. Yeah, that's right. Invite you to make sure to watch this video as soon as possible because this might finally explode your business. And we don't need quickly. I am very No, that's the wrong text. I am very excited for your success. Now this is not word for word on the original, okay? So we're going to take that out. Then this piece here is kind of just to get them looking in case I didn't stay with this. But it goes underneath the signature, so I need to move it down here. And I'm going to leave it alone the way it is at the moment. Except for that I need to change the text because it's suddenly a different text there. And that's a dead giveaway whenever you put in any piece like this. If it's different than what you've done with anything else, it's going to be noticeable. Okay, and I'm going to put in here a little line just so that they know that's the end of the email. And then I'm going to take out my normal salutation and I'm going to back this up so that there's less space. So now we got to look at it, make sure it doesn't look strange, because I can really tell if you copy somebody else's stuff, and for some reason this did not do what it's supposed to do. Let's try Arial, see if that doesn't make any difference. That's strange. I don't know why that is smaller. All of this is smaller. I don't know if it's because of the bold. I don't like that at all. I'm very picky. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to rewrite to see how to explode your business. And I want the link, which I did leave up right here. Notice I have two different browsers up. Sometimes that's very helpful. So put that link in there. This is an inside page. Oops. Sometimes it does that. I don't know why. Because you don't want it to actually slide in next to this. You want this to be clickable. So that's this clickable link now gone. And on, oh, that's yellow. The page listed above. That's a different font. Okay. There is a video explaining how your team can easily. Okay, this is this paragraph, and the bullet points are okay. Okay, so we're going to be able to leave the rest of this alone. So now I have an email. I've made enough changes, so it's what you want is at least 20% change from the original email, so you're not plagiarizing somebody else. Whenever possible, rewrite something in your own way of speaking. You want it to look like you. Need a space there so it's not crowded up. And here we are again with the same thing there going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this and copy it. And I'm going to put it under this. Get rid of that one. Now that's going to be different. And actually it looks a little better to get rid of the highlighted. And just have a hyperlink. I think you can overdo highlights at times. And actually it kind of looks better to have the highlighted section is actually telling about what this is all about. So that's kind of the promotion. You have to have a promotion. So I'm going to save this. I'm not going to send it at the moment, but I have saved it. Now, always make a note. Remember from my last training, if you don't know what your broadcast says, then you won't know where it is when you're ready to go and send it. This is what you're going to look for when you're ready to send it. I can send this anytime during this weekend. That's the plan. I'm probably going to make a couple others. The whole point is I want to have a way to get them kind of looking at my system that they've been looking at anyway. I have a whole bunch of leads that have just come into me that I paid for with clicks. And I want something to send to them tonight, but I don't want it to look exactly like the emails that they've been getting. And I don't know where they are. Some of them are right at the beginning, some of them are in the middle, and it's important for them to get something that looks different than the emails that are coming out through the system, so that it won't look like you're just repeating that. I hope that makes sense. And this is something that you can do. And if you sit down and do this before you have to send it, you're actually going to see that you're going to use a little more thought. And the more of these you have kind of lined up and ready to go, the better chance it is that you're actually going to seriously follow through with the second most important step. Yes, it's great to get leads. But if you're not following up with them, I can show you in the back. I'm not going to do it, but I have contacts that are from 2015 that have never opened an email. And yet the new ones that I'm paying clicks for are actually opening my emails, because I'm spending the time to make sure that I'm sending out good stuff. They're still getting the automated emails, but they're also getting 2 more emails. They're getting one in the morning real early, and they're getting one like this later in the day. So I want to hit the list twice, because I want to make sure that, for instance, there'll be people that like to look at their emails early in the morning, and there'll be others that wait until they're done with their workday, and then they go and look at their emails. So I want to catch both crowds, whichever one they are, and I'm getting some really huge opens. Now, I haven't had a sale yet, but it's all about warming them up. And what's nice about, let me show you a little thing that I didn't really make a big deal about, but I've done this in other emails, is not only did I write this email so that it sounds like me, but then it has some of the same things that I always do. You don't have to do this. This is not required. But if you take a little extra time and put a little bit of your personality into your email, like for instance, I have a signature, the Savvy Grandma Marketer, because I'm over 65. Just kind of a cool thing I do that makes them say, oh. And then under here I have, I'm a real person. I always respond to your messages. Just hit reply. Also, I am online a lot, so you can always find me at Facebook, and I give them a way to get to Facebook. I share my training, and this is the fan page. Or if you're too shy, here's the text they can send it to. And, oh, by the way, our latest training was, here's the Thursday Hangout. I'm giving them some options on how they can be in touch with me in every single email. That's one of the major things that I did by copying a previous email. I don't have to remember to put all that in each time. If I copy the first one, do it the first time, and then the next emails can be just, you put in the body, change the title, change the subject line so that they have a new email. But the signature stuff can stay the same all the time, and that's a real benefit to do that. So I'm going to cancel out of that, and that's your lesson for today. I hope that helps. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you again later. Bye.